Yes, I know oxygen is not unlimited. My name is Babe. I am very beautiful. You save me, I beg. I'm completely alone. Take off your helmet. You may hear me cry. Hurry.
Your interlocutor has very sweet accent, causing fatal errors in my grammatical functions.
Hello everyone, my name is Josh, aka the Biscuit Eater, and I want to welcome you all to a new series on the channel. This is the game Breathedge, which came out on full release approximately September of 2021. Now, this is going to be a bit of a series, so if you're watching it on YouTube, do know that there will be a link to the playlist in the description down below. Don't know how long of a playthrough this is going to be, whether it's just going to be basic one session 3-episode series, or whether we'll extend beyond that. How it goes over the next 3 episodes will really determine that for me. But anyways, if you are watching on YouTube, thank you. If you're watching live on stream, thank you for being here. Please feel free to talk with me while we're playing. That's what we're here for. Make your suggestions. I do ask for no spoilers if you've played through the full release already, but suggestions and commentary and even mocking is more than welcome. We have stuff for you to do in the chat as well, using channel points to interrupt or play over with various sound interrupts while I play here, as well as some bit donation options, and even the ability to quack at me. Yeah, that's right. Even the ability to change my voice while we're playing. So if you want to auto-tune me, you can do that. It's completely available with the introduction of bits to the channel. So that's all available to you. Of course, if you just want to sit back and watch, it's perfectly acceptable as well. We appreciate having your eyes here. Even if you're not part of the chat, we love you anyways. That all said, no, you do not require my permission to tease me, Cap, but it is there regardless. Although, you know, sometimes we do have to. We all know what time it is. It's time to blame Cap. Blame you anyways. But with that all said, if you would like to join us live, you can do so every Monday and Wednesday from 7:30 p.m. until 10 p.m. Pacific time at twitch.tv/The Biscuit Eater. There we are. So, with that, we are starting a completely new playthrough, which is why I did this way. Have several different options here. We do have the I normally play it on easy mode, but you know what? I think I'm gonna stick with standard. I know, shock, Cap. It's okay. You will recover, I'm sure. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead. We're not going to skip the intro, though, because I'm going to give you guys the full experience. No edits. You're expecting free? Of course, Cap. So as I was mentioning in the intro to the stream here, this is something of this is a game I did pick up back in early access back in 2019, but I'm marking this as a first time playthrough because I have not played it since it first came out. So the build I played is nothing like the current build. I have no idea what to expect, what they've changed. They've added a whole bunch. Especially for this font took up half the development time. Nice. Why are they coffins? The Red Ruin software team is categorically against smoking, which causes loud headlines in newspapers and other diseases, and therefore we suggest that you replace this dangerous cigarette in the robot's claw for something more useful. Do we say, yay, censorship, or no, we'll let them smoke. Remember, kids don't smoke.
Here you are again. Did you have time to think of how to behave during the interrogation? Remind him, R2-D3.
R2-D3? Ow!
You tell us all you know from the beginning. No lie. Confirm? You tell us all from the beginning or violence. You tell us that you fly to the funeral, but the liner explode radicals of green universe. Confirm?
Anyone with Law's idea, we agree. You better tell your story first. You can still have your defined expression. Tell him. Okay, year 2073. Somewhere on the outskirts of the universe. Cheers. Interstellar liner unnamed. Your yogurt or some other garbage ads could be here. Yeah, a lot of fourth wall breaking meta jokes that I'm getting already. Oh, hello? Why am I in my apartment in a spacesuit? Green Universe broccoli attack. Green Universe activists promise new terrorist attacks if bearing any kind of meat in space is not prohibited. Oops. Oopsie. That's not good. Well, that was violent. You didn't do... Sure, Cap. Sure. Chapter 1. Lost in space! Considering there was only one there weren't chapters when I played
You
it.
lied to me. Logo was impossible. Could not see the shuttle from space. Tell truth, no lie. Confirm?
Continue definitely unembellished story. Okay, so we got knocked out. Avoid throwing trash on create containers, throw the trash in them, and litter the area with containers. Oh dear. Gonna be one of those kind of games. And we're loading, and we're loading, and we're loading, loading. And we're still loading. Oh. And you're not even seeing the loading screen. It's black. Okay, I'm getting sound, though. So we'll see if maybe once the actual... Okay. Here we go. There we go. Can you see? Okay, there we go. Finally get...
Greetings. I'm your funerary spacesuit's built-in guide to the world of space funerals. Before we start communicating further, confirm that you are still able to read after the impact. Splendid. You've gotten into a non-standard situation. The Breathedge Global Funeral Agency is proud of its impeccable history. However, your death may cause the loss of its reputation. Therefore, we suggest that you stop the gas leak and survive. When picking up any useful items, you can stuff them in your pockets, calling it an inventory, if you will. To stop the leakage, you'll need an object without any holes. To stop the leakage, you'll need an object without any holes.
Okay, how do I change...
Take out the chewing gum from your pocket. Try not to get your funerary space stick it somewhere except for your face.
Okay, I gotta hold
You
down.
deserve some words of encouragement. That's impressive. You've almost won. Remember that the funerary spacesuit isn't designed for long-term use of persons or animals in outer space. It is recommended to immediately call for help on the interphone, improve the spacesuit, or become depressed.
A typical calendar with girls. Miss September, Grandma loved and carefully selected such things. I remember in my childhood, Miss December from Grandpa's collection got a fashionably painted mustache, and my butt got some wide strips from Grandpa's belt after the incident. He clearly doesn't like your chances of survival. That's very true. Oh, Apparently took it.
The waste disposal system is damaged and is operating in reverse mode. The toilet can suck objects flying past the shuttle when the tanks are full.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Grandpa's picture. One of the last photos of Grandpa who didn't part with the chicken until his death. He really liked himself here. I couldn't help putting the photo in a frame. Chuckle Belch. Expensive, unfiltered, dark, tasteless, and non-alcoholic. Something chosen by Grandpa solely because of its label, although he always denied it and wrinkled his face when choking on this crap. Interesting.
When you discover a new blueprint of an item, it is automatically added to the memory reprocessor in the kitchen, where you can create this item using the necessary resources. Probably.
Smoking continues. Smoking in space can kill you even faster, but few people are stopped by such a trifle as an oxygen explosion. Grandpa smoked his whole life, but only in his spacesuit, where he configured some special mode of filtration and air supply. It's like a gross root beer. Yeah, agreed. The cheapest swill drunk by all space dogs. Dog beer. Natural. Nobody knows from what waste this stuff is brewed. Nevertheless, this beer is distinguished by the pleasant, mild taste of tar and the fragrance of fresh porcupine dung. Jiminy Christmas. Physics in 50 volumes. A rare edition of physics in several volumes. They say the one who reads all 50 books will become the person who read all these books. Okay. Okay, so do I have storage of any sort? Oh. Okay, so I can actually put it in there. If I'm in here. Okay. Let's try to figure out what I've got access to right now. Let's see. Drill blueprint. Grandpa's garage was full of such blueprints. With them, even a hamster could assemble a tiny helicopter for itself if it had the will and a Phillips head screwdriver. Nice. Okay, this is a processor. Okay. Almost unfinished. You can practice some tricks with it or shove it in the vent to practice suicide. Yes, you get that right. It's a book. It has pages inside, letters and numbers on these pages. It also has crumpled corners and traces of greasy fingers. It smells like a book, looks like a book, and tastes no different from a book. Breathedge Soyuz cigarettes. Okay, a pack of the most popular Aura cigarettes in the whole galaxy with Big Bing flavor. You can light bonfires with them, wash bloodstains off shirts, paint fences, and feed ducks. Smoking is not recommended. Okay. Page from the famous and only galactic newspaper, Piece of Truth. It has been published for a long period of time and distinguished by honesty, openness, and good absorbency and softness of paper, which make it an indispensable piece of trashy literature after a hearty dinner.
What a loud headline. But the probability of the liner crashing due to a terrorist attack is 65%.
Back scratcher. Okay. Oh, we have... Okay, we have someplace to put all this weirdness. Okay. Okay. None of that seems to be all that useful at the moment, so... Home. Grandpa couldn't live without space, but he loved home very much. Just as any astronaut. Happy birthday, Grandpa. Man. Yeah, that's my character's name is The Man. Looks how old-fashioned. Yeah. My notion of starships in childhood didn't differ much from my knowledge of them today. I drew this masterpiece at 6 or 7, and I'm still proud of it. My grandfather. I don't know when I painted it exactly, but I remember that my grandpa's colleagues were laughing their heads off and calling it alco linen. Why he hung it over his bed is a mystery. New blueprint? Thick electrical tape. Okay. Harry the cat was my first and last pet. He was a proud and good one. Even the chicken respected him, I guess. At least she attacked me more than him. Man, 2030. I've always been good looking, although my beard was not as thick in my childhood. By the age of 3, it got better. The chicken was passed on in our family from generation to generation, but she loved Grandpa even more than worms, I think, and Grandpa always returned the affection. It is indeed an immortal chicken. Okay. Well, let's get that in there. We don't need that right now. Okay. Find the interphone or get depressed. So I'm almost done. Okay, I just want to see here. Don't forget to feed the chicken. I completely forgot about it. Summer 2008. Looks like India. Somehow I've never asked where this photo is from. Okay. Survival guide. A humorous survival guide recorded by one of Grandpa's friends. They even cut some shots out from some movie and put it in there. I don't think that such advice can be useful, but to be honest, the situation is somehow strangely similar to mine. There's even the chicken there. Okay, we'll take that for now. Although... Oh, we can change the music. Okay, I like that music a little bit better anyhow. Okay, so I think... Oh, nope, there's more pictures to look at. A picture with the autographs of Grandpa's best friends. It's from the times when their crazy game went on, as they called it, a space odyssey, which lasted almost a year and put them on the blacklists of most bars on inhabited planets. They were really cool guys, all already gone. All photo albums at home are filled with pictures of the chicken. A portrait with a dark background, a portrait with a light background, a master shot in the rain, a photo of it sitting heroically on a chair. This family heirloom now belongs to me, and I can't even get rid of it by giving it to anybody. Is it in my inventory somewhere, or...? Oh, interesting. So, I'm actually collecting some of this stuff. Got it. Okay. Anyways. It was worth blowing bubbles into the face of the immortal bird. The school wanted to sign me on as a sprinter after that race. That day I flew. A good photo. It was taken 2 years before Grandpa's death. This jacket has outlived him and will probably outlive me as well. See, that's got... At 2064, okay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put the new photos away. Oh, home phone number. 2U31, girlfriend home. Our home number, I can't reach it, of course. Well, that and there's no one to call unless I say hello to the cockroaches. Okay, well, we do have...
Just the antenna. You'll have to go into outer space.
Well, great. Well, let's check out insert videotape. To pee or not to pee? Space. So dangerous, so unpredictable. Oh. In space, you can find yourself left without the most valuable equipment at the most opportune moment. Tip number 2, try to keep all... I can't even read that. Any value items in space will be extremely cautious. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just have trouble actually. So gross. Okay, well, so let's see, what do we have here? Okay, with resource. Oh, let's turn that off. Okay, we'll put the videotape in there now because I don't need it. Oh. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our suit back on. Whoa, I suddenly sped up super fast.
A source of increased radiation is detected. Probably this is the central core of the liner. Be careful, the radiation will kill you instantly in such a suit. The shuttle got caught on some larger debris. Lucky. That was a close call. Try to adjust the antenna very carefully. You've got great engineering skills. You have broken the antenna completely. Now you will need some special equipment and interphone activation codes, which are encrypted in the memory of the steering wheel if it's still intact.
I can't do anything with it right now. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we'll go back. And refill our oxygen. Okay.
It looks like the steering wheel. You need to try to connect to it. Great news! Using my ingenious 2-digit password matching algorithm, I managed to hack the interphone activation codes. Now all that's left is to build a cryptographic debugging station and reconfigure the interphone using these codes, which will take about 5 years with your current skills.
Jeez, okay. That's, helpful.
Remember that you are still able to become depressed.
Debugging station. I need a wire. Okay. Where am I going to get wire? I may need to get more metal. I probably do need to get more metal. Come on. Ah. Okay, finding a lot of nutrient stuff here, but okay, I want to be careful because those look dangerous. Yes, I know. Grandpa's mug. Grandpa loved to give young girls a ride on his rocket, so this is why his colleagues gave him a mug and a title of Chief Womanizer. Unfairly, because Grandpa only gave them rides and only on his rocket, but he still kept the mug and always laughed at it. Yeah, totally fixable. Okay, so the question is, where do I find wires? I can. Let's see here. Okay, I need shears to get that stuff, but okay. Well, let's continue to look around a little. Maybe there's something nearby.
The sensors report the presence of some nearby cooling gel. Its microscopic particles can settle on the glass of the spacesuit, forming some beautiful frostwork which can lead to visibility deterioration. I understand that such an image can horrify you, but put your mind at ease. You will need to pay only half the cost of a damaged spacesuit in such a situation. The Breathedge agency is proud of its loyal attitude towards clients.
I've got plenty of metal now, but I can't seem to do anything with it. Okay, that's too big for me to do anything. Okay, where's... There we go. Oh! Yes, I know! Okay. Where am I gonna find... Oh, hold on. I can turn that off. Yay. We'll find something over here.
Judging by the primary analysis of the destruction, most of the passengers of the liner died. This might be the biggest catastrophe in the history of astronautics, the reasons for which are yet to be clarified.
Corpse. Okay, I can grab the corpses apparently. Come on. Ah! Controls are a little bit rough. Probably won't do any good. Oh. Unfinished cigarette, yay. Just what I needed. Maybe I should. Okay, I took care of that. That's nice. Okay, so... Oh, I can make refined metal. Does that give me anything? That's it. Is that... Nope. Okay. That still doesn't help me. I need a wire. I need to find a wire. That's like my first real need at the moment. Okay. Okay, I'm not seeing any wires here. Fine. I'll hurry back. Oh, we're making tons of progress here, aren't we, folks? We'll venture this direction. Until I improve my suit, I don't want to venture too far. Like, that seems a bit too far right now.
Be careful with the vacuum breakdowns. An electric shock of such power can lead to the failure of my systems, and I can't guarantee the safety of your corpse before the arrival of the funeral team.
So apparently I can... Alright, not found free floating, but instead harvested from the ends of cables. Oh! Did I get any... Okay. Okay, thank you, Cap. That is actually incredibly useful. I wonder if that means that one is oh, I just passed. Okay, I missed it. Can I get... I neutralized those and didn't... Yep, not helpful. Okay, well, I did see cables that weren't electrified over in that other area, so maybe I'll find it. I could sworn I saw some cables that weren't electric over here, maybe. Yay! Ordinary wire. Okay, let's grab some more. Any more? I need a scrapper for that. Okay. Well, I got 2 wire. Let's see if we can get anything decent with that. Didn't give me a blueprint, so I guess I can't make it. Ah, yay. Cryptographic visualization, the most sophisticated professional equipment for distributing streaming information with cartographic. Oh, pick up. I need to pick up the debugging station. Where? I don't want to spend more on it. I don't want to create another one. Oh. Ah, got it.
If you're sure that this is exactly what was on the blueprint, then try to reconfigure the receiver. If you have any doubts concerning it, then you will eventually suffer an electric shock, and then your spacesuit will automatically take your body measurements to order a coffin from our company. Thank you for choosing the Global Funeral Agency.
That doesn't look right. Oh, it used it all up, though. Call for help. Attention to all survivors. The rescue shuttle Hope has been sent for you from the nearest evacuation point.
The rescuer's arrival time exceeds your estimated lifespan by 4,369 years. You need to get to the extraction point yourself, getting past the radiation. However, it's impossible to do this with your current skills. To increase your level, you need to create some crap imposed by the developers.
Create the crap imposed by the developers and put it in your hands. Okay. I need thick electrical tape. Resources. I need rubber. I need more rubber. Okay, where am I going to find more rubber? I don't think I have it in here. Nope. Incredible, survived when I see your avatar online.
It wasn't possible to determine the coordinates of the survivor. Communication only works on reception, which gives a good reason not to respond and not to be distracted, despite the objections of the hormonal system.
Okay, so I need to find rubber next. I found useful stuff around here this last time, so let's see if we can find any more. Oh, that should be useful. Come on. Thank you. And yes, Cap, you indeed did help, and I appreciate you. Can't break anything yet. Need a scrapper for that. Yes, I know oxygen is not unlimited. My name is Babe. I am very beautiful. You save me, I beg. I'm completely alone. Take off your helmet. You may hear me cry. Hurry.
Your interlocutor has a very sweet accent, causing fatal errors in my grammatical functions.
Where am I gonna find? Oh, fabric. Okay. Is there a fabric? see what's over here. Can I get this far? What are you?
The largest condom in the world, and also an emission of gas, most likely oxygen, are detected ahead. There's no data on the condom being suitable for an oxygen reservoir, but you can try to construct a simple balloon for distracting yourself from fatal thoughts.
Oxygen candle, okay. Okay, lost my way, I've lost my orientation. Where is... There we go. I see dangerous place on radar. There's many life-giving oxygen. You cannot fly there. If you suddenly smoke there, you can explode. It is better to suffocate than to burn. Sage advice. But, with that sage advice, we're actually already at the 40-minute mark. So we're going to go ahead and pause here. And we're going to go ahead and end out... Oh, yeah, we're going to... So we don't lose oxygen, we're going to go ahead and switch on over to here. And since I don't have any music going on in the background, let's go ahead and give you some of that. Alright folks, thank you very much for watching on the YouTube side if you are still there. Thank you for doing so. If you like what I'm doing here, please make sure that you help me out. Make sure to click the like button on the video, comment on the video, that helps me with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also make sure you click that notification bell, that way you'll know when new videos come up to the channel. I do post new videos to the channel every Monday through Friday, so it's a great way to see what we've done on the channel, some catch up on previous series, and even see what we put up recently. With that, also you can also find links down in the doobly-doo to my other social media channels, which you can use to keep the conversation going with me after we're done here. But with that all said, thank you very much for joining. Again, I hope that you enjoyed, and until I see you next time, game on, lovelies.